This is Eyewitness News with live breaking news.
And breaking news as we come on the air, the COVID vaccine has been loaded onto trucks and is now on its way to hospitals across the country, including right here in Southern California. Hospitals expecting to get their shipments as soon as tomorrow. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Gregory.
And I'm Rachel Brown. We are live right now on ABC7, ABC7.com, and streaming on the ABC7 Los Angeles app and Hulu Live.
So help on the way, the vaccine heading to California. First, though, let's get a look at weather. And Alex, the sunrise is just beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous this morning, Rachel and John. That's right. Let's see a time lapse of the last hour from Malibu so we can see this sunrise. And it is a beautiful one as we head into your Sunday. Beautiful colors outside and some really nice clear skies as well. Going to be a much more clear day today than it was just yesterday, and take a look at that. Absolutely gorgeous to begin the day. 58 degrees into Malibu. Let's head over now. This is the Irvine area, Orange County as well, getting a beautiful sunrise out there. 46 degrees outside. This is Long Beach as well, just spectacular. As you can see, all those sun rays bouncing off the water there. 48 degrees into Long Beach this morning. So a really beautiful start to the day. We're going to be warming up today, a few degrees warmer than we were just yesterday. So 67 by the beach, 52 for the mountains, 58 in the high desert, 65 for the low desert. That's actually cooling off for them today. A little bit warmer in LA at 71, Orange County at 68, 70s in the valley, 67 in the Inland Empire. We'll take a look ahead to this coming week in my full forecast in just a few minutes. John.
All right, Alex, thanks. And breaking news we are following this morning. There's the live view of a FedEx plane on the tarmac in Michigan ready to ship out that coronavirus vaccine. This was the scene earlier this morning inside the Pfizer plant in Portage, Michigan, where employees were packing doses of the vaccine into boxes. They were loaded onto trucks to be shipped out. Federal officials say the first shipments will be staggered, with the first vaccines arriving at 145 distribution centers tomorrow.
Now, keep in mind, this comes as California records another record-breaking day of new cases. More than 35,000 new cases were reported, about a third of them from LA County alone. And more than 13,000 people remain hospitalized as ICU levels are reaching close to capacity in some areas.
Yeah, and hospitals across the Southland remain on standby, meanwhile, for that vaccine.
Eyewitness News reporter Leticia Juarez joins us live now at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, one of the places that is going to receive this vaccine first and distribute it.
That's right, Rachel and John. You know, it's been a nearly 10-month-long battle, and finally it's here, the chance to turn the tide of COVID-19 infections with that Pfizer vaccine set to arrive at hospitals all across the country, including Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, in less than 24 hours from now. Now, Cedars will be among the first hospitals to receive and distribute the much-awaited vaccine due to its ability to store it at an ultra-low temperature. But doctors here are warning the vaccine will not be enough to slow the current rate of infections and hospitalizations unfolding at Southern California hospitals. Health workers on the front lines of this battle, though, will be the first to be inoculated against the virus. The vaccine does require 2 doses to be fully protected. The rest of the public will have to wait to receive a vaccination. Even so, there is a sense of relief that this pandemic's end may soon be on the horizon.
I think it's a great thing. I mean, we all just want this to go back to normal, at least as normal as it can get. So if this is a chance, why not? That's my opinion on it.
Now, LA County is set to receive 87,000 doses of the Pfizer COVID vaccine, which will then be distributed out to hospitals in the Southern California region. And just to give you an idea of how dire it is right now, ICU capacity in Southern California has dropped to 5%. Reporting live in LA, Leticia Juarez, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Leticia, thank you. And we're going to continue to follow the latest for you on this vaccine on air and online at abc7.com. We'll also push out the latest updates to our free ABC7 Los Angeles app.
Well, meantime, a vaccine is certainly welcome news to hospitals across the state. Leticia mentioned it. The ICU capacity continues to dip. It's even lower. As Leticia mentioned, we've now dipped down to 5.3%. In the San Joaquin Valley, the situation there much more serious. Currently, there are no ICU beds available at all. Meantime, in Orange County, hospitals are implementing surge plans to meet the crush of new coronavirus patients. The situation is so bad, we hear some patients are waiting for hours inside an ambulance. Right now, there are more than 1,000 COVID-19 patients hospitalized. That includes a record 271 people in the ICU.
Brea Olinda Unified School District parents plan to rally at tomorrow's school board meeting. They're upset over the district's decision to call off its hybrid learning model until possibly February. Students are back to full-time distance learning following the state's stay-at-home order. In a letter to parents, Superintendent Brad Mason says the rise in cases has had a large impact on the district's workforce.
I feel like that's a gray area because when we're talking about a limitation of staff, is it because of the rise of COVID cases in the county and staff are choosing to step back? Is there an actual outbreak of COVID cases that we're not seeing on the dashboard?
Why would we take this hybrid model away when we weren't forced to with these new guidelines that came out?
The superintendent says he's heard from parents on both sides of the decision and understands the hardship families are facing.
Well, happening today, USC Athletics will hold its 5th annual holiday toy giveaway. It is the second day of gifts for kids and families in need. 2,000 gift bags will be distributed via drive-through starting at 9 a.m. this morning.
The Electoral College is meeting tomorrow to formally elect Joe Biden as president.
Plus an update to the desperate search to find a missing sailor from the USS Theodore Roosevelt based out of San Diego.
And another day, another SpaceX launch expected. We'll tell you what's in store for today's mission.
But first, with the holiday season here, we want to see your festive photos.
And here are some of ours. Look at little Alex there. And there's still time to submit your pictures. Send them to us at abc7.com/community and then watch ABC7 and you can see your photo right here on TV. The U.S. Navy has ended the search for a missing sailor assigned to the USS Theodore Roosevelt out of San Diego. Officials believe he has died. Search and rescue crews have been looking for the sailor since Friday when a lookout spotted what appeared to be a person in the water. Several Navy ships, the U.S. Coast Guard and Air Support were involved in the search. The name of the sailor has not yet been released. The incident remains under investigation.
Well, 4 people were stabbed during a post-election protest. Supporters of President Trump clashing with counter-protesters in Washington, D.C. Our sister station, WJLA, says the fights broke out after mostly peaceful pro-Trump rallies turned into civil unrest last night. 23 people were arrested. The pro-Trump rallies were intended as a show of force ahead of tomorrow's Electoral College meeting to formally elect Joe Biden as the 46th president. And police in Washington say one person in custody after somebody was shot during a protest there. Officers say counter-protesters showed up to a pro-Trump rally yesterday at the state Capitol building. Both sides were armed with guns and rifles and clubs and clashed repeatedly. Police declared the protests a riot and tried to clear the crowds, but then someone ended up getting shot. It is not clear yet what condition that person is in.
Another SpaceX launch is set for this morning in Florida. It was originally scheduled for last Friday, but was scrubbed just 30 seconds before liftoff. SpaceX says it needed to perform more ground system checkouts. The rocket is carrying a satellite for Sirius XM radio. The launch window opens at 8:22 a.m. our time.
Still ahead, how small businesses in Orange County are pushing back against the stay-at-home orders today.
And not all Southern California restaurants are following the rules. We'll tell you where some restaurants are choosing to keep their doors open.
7:09 in the morning, and we've had some wonderful sunrise views. And here's another one from Burbank for you. A really nice day shaping up. Alex Cheney watching the weather. Breaking news and welcome back. We continue to follow the scene in Michigan. You're looking at a live view from that factory, the Pfizer factory in Michigan, where millions of doses of the vaccine are now shipping out. This is actually the second round of vaccine heading out the door. They're being packed into boxes. You can see they have to keep this vaccine very cold. That's one of the complicating factors. But this comes after the FDA gave the green light for emergency use authorization. More than 600 facilities across the U.S. will be receiving this vaccine this week. And small businesses in Newport Beach, meanwhile, are pushing back against the state's stay-at-home orders. A march is planned along 17th Street today at noon. Organizers say they're demanding every Orange County business be allowed to open. Speakers include OC Supervisor Don Wagner and Newport Beach Mayor Pro Tem Kevin Muldoon.
Meantime, some restaurants in downtown Ventura are protesting the state's outdoor dining ban and staying open. Last week, the owner of the restaurant, Nick the Greek, put up signs advertising a protest, and since then, business has been booming. Other restaurants have also remained open, citing the lack of evidence against the outdoor dining and the recent ruling from a judge in LA County.
We have complied and we did shut down for the to-go and deliveries, but then we heard that we've been following the California Restaurant Association, and the case came down in LA that basically the judge decided that outdoor dining was safe and the science was not there from LA County, and that was a decision for us to decide to reopen on Wednesday night.
So many restaurant owners say they followed all health orders and they feel they're being unfairly punished. Many say they also want to stay open, not just to keep business running, but to help save jobs.
Well, it is the Spark of Love season, and Santa's helpers are really busy right now. Ontario firefighters and volunteers sorted, filled, and bagged toys for distribution yesterday. They also loaded trucks for nonprofit organizations. Distribution begins tomorrow and continues through Thursday. This year, there'll be a drive-through pickup with pre-bagged toys. And we still need your help, too.
We can't hold our Stuff a Bus events like we usually do, but presenting sponsor Subaru has set up a special safe way for you to give. Carl Schmid shows us how it works.
ABC 7's Spark of Love toy drive is in full swing, and we are here at Subaru Pacific. General Manager James, how has it been going with the Spark of Love toy drive in Subaru?
The Spark of Love toy drive is going fantastic. We're off to a great start here. However, we have a long ways to go still. There's still an opportunity for the next 2 weeks and drop off any toy, new and unused, at any local Subaru retailer in Los Angeles. We had a great success to it last year, but for obvious reasons, even more so now than ever this year in 2020 with the pandemic, there's just a lot of families that are in need and unfortunately are going to go without. So it's a great opportunity for the local community to give back in a real easy way.
In years past, the Spark of Love toy drive has been a great way for families and people to come together in the spirit of giving for the holidays. The pandemic has changed that, but Subaru is still making it possible for you to give.
So just tell us how easy it is.
Carl, it's so easy this year. Grab any new unused toy, throw it in your car, drive down to any local Subaru retailer in Southern California, look for the big black Spark of Love toy drive pop-up, and drop the toy in.
You can't miss it, and it's contactless donation drop-off. We love that.
Well, this year, Carl, we're going above and beyond, even more so now than ever. For obvious reasons, it's time for everybody to step up, but Subaru has stepped up really, and for every toy that's donated, Subaru makes a financial donation to the Spark of Love toy drive as well.
Be sure to bring your new unwrapped toy to any Subaru retailer in Southern California. In Hawthorne, Carl Schmid, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
And besides dropping off toys at Subaru, you can also help by buying a toy online at abc7.com/sparkoflove, or you can text SPARK to 24365 to donate. Join us in giving kids and teens in need some holiday joy.
Tonight marks the fourth night of Hanukkah and another round of drive-through light shows for Southern California. The first is in Bel Air at the Stephen Weiss Temple for a one-of-a-kind drive-through starting at 5 o'clock. And in Sherman Oaks, the car menorah parade is set to depart at 3:30 from the Pavilion Supermarket to the Westfield Fashion Square.
Another sunny day shaping up in Southern California. It sounds great, but Alex Cheney, watching the weather, boy, we could use rain at some point.
Oh, it would be lovely to get some rain. We're still going to be really dry, windy, and warm as we head through this next week. We are in a dry pattern, and that's only going to continue for the next few weeks as well. So happy Sunday morning, everybody. Let's take a look outside. It was a beautiful sunrise just a few minutes ago. We're taking a look from Malibu this morning, some of those beautiful colors that we have in the morning sky. It's also going to be a much more clear day today. A few high clouds out there, but those should move out of the way as we head into the afternoon. Just a really beautiful shot there. 58 degrees into Malibu right now, and also equally just as gorgeous is Long Beach this morning as well as the sun rises just over the water there. 48 degrees this morning in the Long Beach area. Some more temperatures outside. 51 in Los Angeles, 43 in Ontario, 46 for Riverside this morning. Big Bear Mountain still well below freezing at 18 degrees. 28 in Wrightwood, 27 for Lancaster, 32 degrees for Palmdale, 46 in Burbank and Pasadena, 42 for Huntington Beach, 40 degrees in Woodland Hills. It is a chilly start to the day for many. So we still have a winter storm that's working its way through the entire West Coast. So from Seattle down to Los Angeles, you're seeing lots of moisture on the screen. The system will continue to push through. And so with that, we're not going to get much of the moisture coming from the system, but we will see some winds really begin to pick up, and temperatures are going to be staying on the cool cooler side over the next week. So marine layer forecast for the rest of your Sunday. We're going to have a really nice clear day today. Be a perfect day to get out for a hike. As we head into Monday morning, you can see some chances of showers do return. Some areas could see some very light sprinkling outside in the early morning hours. Then as we head towards noon, that all moves out of the way. So a little bit of a chance of seeing maybe just a very small shower for Monday morning. In terms of the wind content, we are a little bit windy this morning. The winds are going to settle down as we head into the evening and then come right back in force as we head into your Monday morning. So Monday morning is going to have some very windy conditions for the valleys and the passes and the mountains, and then the chance of seeing some showers for some areas along the coast. So that winter storm still affecting us even as we head into Monday. Wind advisory has been posted until 10 a.m. later on this morning for this beige colored area you see here. Temperatures statewide this morning, 52 in San Francisco, 49 in Sacramento. Northern California has been getting a lot of rain. So as we look at the rest of the country through the southeast, you can see that system into Dallas right now. It'll eventually move its way into Louisiana and Mississippi by the end of the day, and some showers through New York this morning. How about 16 in Billings, 15 in Bismarck, 14 degrees in Denver. I think 51 in LA sounds pretty good. Highs for today, 67 in Riverside, 70 degrees for Irvine. We're feeling really nice and comfortable today. 67 in Los Angeles, 68 in Covina, 70 in Anaheim. Antelope Valley, you're not even going to get out of the 50s today, 58 degrees for you. 69 in Simi Valley, 66 for Malibu. 7-day forecast looks like this. 67 today, becomes 68 by Monday, and we're really consistent over the next 7 days. We'll head into the end of the week into the upper 60s. Valleys and the Inland Empire, 68 and sunny today. We get up as high as 74 degrees by Wednesday, and then we finish the week in the low 70s. Beaches now 66 today, becomes 64 by Monday, and we're going to stay into the mid-60s for the rest of the week by the coast. Mountain communities 51 today. Temperatures drop from Monday to 43, so a big drop there. And then we're going to stay into the 40s for the rest of the week. These overnights into the teens, so some very chilly stuff. In the deserts now, 58 today, becomes 56 by Monday. We get back to the 60s by Wednesday. So yet another dry week for us, but temperatures still feeling very comfortable. Rachel.
All right, Alex, thank you. Strip clubs refusing to close their doors, the court battle that's now taking off.
Plus, the latest spot in the country that will also put in place a ban on outdoor dining, just like Los Angeles.
And the show must go on, even during a pandemic. We'll tell you how some dance students are presenting a special performance of the Nutcracker tonight.
ABC 7's All Good News is sponsored by Dignity Health Southern California. Hello, human kindness.
Well, tonight, dance students in the San Fernando Valley are presenting their annual performance of the Nutcracker. But this year, obviously, they're making adjustments because of the pandemic. And instead of doing a live performance, they're presenting it as a film. Our entertainment guru, George Pinocchio, has today's All Good News story.
It feels like a real movie.
And 8-year-old Elena Cortez is one of its stars. But the real star here is behind the scenes.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Tony Rickey is the owner and director of the Elite Dance and Performing Arts Center in Woodland Hills. It's now operating outdoors due to COVID-19, and she's making it work. This center and these kids are her babies.
I don't have kids of my own, and I've struggled so hard in my life to get to where I am, and they make it so worth it to me.
She's basically like my crazy aunt. I grew up with her. And aside from just teaching me jazz and stuff, she's mentored me in life.
Shaylin is also in this Nutcracker cast. Under normal conditions, they'd be doing this live on stage. But with the pandemic, their director opted for a sound stage instead to make their own movie.
I'm a risk taker and I'm a fighter.
The risk, selling out the Canoga Park pop-up cinema for a one-night-only drive-in experience.
Selling tickets to the event is actually what we're hoping will cover the rest of the cost, which is why we're encouraging everybody to please go. Otherwise, it's an out-of-pocket expense on my credit card, I'm really honest.
Tony tapped Addison Smith to be the mask-wearing lead in this homegrown production.
She's taught me everything about dance, not just dance, but definitely the type of person that I want to be, and I look up to her so much every day. And I just I want to be like her. She's so strong and confident, and I'm so proud of her.
I want them to be fighters and I want them to be leaders. I want them to be strong women. And that's the example that I try to set.
I feel like I'm part of the family.
Well said, Elena. George Pinocchio, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
And we checked this morning, and tickets are still available for tonight's performance. We have the website on the screen there if you're interested.
It's one of my favorite holiday shows of
love the
all
music.
time. Love that they're doing this. So if you have an idea for an All Good News story, share it with us on our ABC 7 All Good News Facebook page. Ahead at 7:30, we are following breaking news. The COVID vaccine officially on its way to California.
And one of the shipments expected to take off in less than an hour. We're going to tell you when local hospitals are expecting to get it.
Plus, a battle over strip clubs. The California courtroom battle over whether or not some should stay open.
And your AccuWeather forecast is coming up this Sunday morning. Some areas going to be a little bit warmer for today. Then some gusty winds move in tonight. We'll set up your week ahead in my 7-day forecast when Eyewitness News returns.
This is Eyewitness News with live breaking news.
Breaking now at 7:30, the COVID vaccine is being loaded on its trucks and heading to hospitals across the country. We are live with more on where it's going and when hospitals here could expect their first shipments. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Rachel Brown.
And I'm John Gregory. Somebody on social media was suggesting we need NORAD to track the planes as the vaccine goes out, kind of like they do with Santa.
Yeah.
It is a great gift when it does get here. We'll talk about that in a moment. First, let's check in with Alex Cheney.
Thank you so much, Don and Rachel. Today's weather is also a gift. We're going to be slightly warmer than we were just yesterday under some really nice clear skies. Should be a really nice, comfortable Sunday for everybody. The Pacific Park at the Santa Monica Pier this morning, a beautiful start there as well. Just a few people out there enjoying the beach right now. 52 degrees outside. It's a chilly start. And this is the downtown area. This is the 101 as you look towards the Hollywood area. 51 degrees right now downtown. So certainly a very chilly start to your day. And Malibu looking gorgeous as well. This is a great sunrise this morning. 58 degrees outside. Daytime highs today, cooler in some areas, warmer in some, just depends on where you are today. 67 by the beach, 52 for the mountains, 57 in the high desert, that's cooler. Low desert, 65, also cooler. Warmer today in LA at 71, 68 for Orange County, 70s in the valleys, a little bit warmer there, and 67 degrees for the Inland Empire. Still to come, we'll talk about your Monday with the chance of some very light showers for tomorrow morning and gusty winds tonight. And my 7-day forecast is coming up, Rachel.
All right, Alex, thank you. Breaking news, the first shipment of Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine is on its way.
We have another live look for you from Michigan inside that warehouse where millions of doses of the vaccine being loaded onto trucks that will be heading out this morning. CDC Director Dr. Robert Redfield expected to accept the FDA's emergency use authorization today, which is needed before vaccinations can actually start. After emergency use authorization was approved, the vaccine would then be shipped out within 24 hours. But a FedEx spokesperson explains why they decided to wait to get the shipments out.
That Monday would be a better first day for the launch because it's a regular business day, so you could ensure that all the administration sites were fully staffed and all of them were open. There was some fear you might try to attempt deliveries on a Sunday, and some of these administration sites may not be open or fully staffed to receive.
FedEx is using advanced monitoring and tracking technology to make sure the shipments arrive when they are expected. Meantime, tens of thousands of those vaccines expected to arrive in Southern California this week.
Eyewitness News reporter Leticia Juarez live outside Cedars-Sinai with the details. Good morning, Leticia.
Good morning, Rachel and John. That's right. Frontline workers will be among the first to get that vaccine, and they are anxiously awaiting for that to happen here. Cedars-Sinai, one of 7 hospitals in the state that will be a site that will not only receive but also distribute those much needed vaccine Pfizer doses here. Now, the hospital medical facility here was chosen as a designation site because it can store the sensitive vaccine in specialized cold storage units. Healthcare workers, long-term care workers, and residents will also be among the first to be inoculated against the virus. The vaccine requires 2 doses to be fully protected. Even so, doctors warn the vaccine will not be enough to slow the current rate of infection and hospitalizations unfolding in Southern California. Now, Pfizer will begin rolling out those vaccines soon after the FDA approves it for emergency use, and that can't come soon enough.
Given the fact that our cases here in Los Angeles and worldwide are continuing to increase, our hospitalization rate is dramatically increasing, followed by the death rate. So this is good news to hear, and gives us some hope.
And of course, they definitely need that hope with ICU capacities filling up all across the state. California will receive 327,000 doses of the vaccine based on its population size. Here in LA County, they'll receive 87,000 doses of the vaccine, which will then be distributed to different sites across the county and across the state. Reporting live here in West Hollywood, Leticia Juarez, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Leticia, we have another live look, meanwhile, of that FedEx plane on the tarmac in Michigan this morning, ready to ship out that vaccine. It is expected to fly out within the hour. And coming up this week, Martha Raddatz goes one-on-one with FDA Commissioner Stephen Hahn to discuss the next phase of the fight against COVID-19. That's coming up at 8 right after this newscast.
And as we've mentioned, that order from an Orange County judge means more than 1,800 inmates could soon be released from jail. On Friday, a judge ordered 50% reduction in the county jail's population due to the coronavirus. It's in response to a lawsuit from the ACLU to call for more physical distancing. In the last few days, more than 130 inmates in the OC jail system tested positive for COVID-19.
COVID-19 doesn't stay in the jails. And so anything that happens in the jails is likely to spread out into the community. Reducing the chance of an outbreak in the jails makes things safer on the outside.
According to Sheriff Don Barnes, many of the inmates are serving time for violent crimes. Orange County DA Todd Spitzer says he will fight the judge's ruling.
Well, California's Attorney General issued a stark warning to 2 San Diego strip clubs that are refusing to close their doors. In a letter, Javier Becerra said the venues may continue to operate for carry-out and food delivery services, but they cannot offer any in-person dining or other services that would cause people to gather. Back in October, the clubs sued the county after officials ordered them to close. A judge later ruled the clubs could stay open, but had to follow the 10 p.m. curfew and close early.
Just like Southern California, New York City will implement an indoor dining ban starting tomorrow. However, restaurants can still offer outdoor dining as well as delivery and takeout. It comes as New York's governor warned the city is currently on track to hit 90% of its hospital capacity. If that happens, Governor Cuomo says he will close down all non-essential businesses. And starting today, there are some new public transportation options for commuters.
Plus changes at the DMV, the service you'll not be able to request this week.
And you still have some toy shopping to do. Why it may be more difficult to find the hottest gifts this year.
And the live view from our Malibu camera, another spectacular sunrise view. You can see the sun glinting off the water. They're really pretty conditions right now. Alex Cheney is keeping an eye on the weather for us. Welcome back. And starting today, there are some new options for LA commuters who use public transportation to get around. LA Metro is rolling out the first phase of its next-gen bus plan and its Metro Micro ride-sharing service. Next-gen is designed to speed up bus trips by providing more frequent trips for riders. Metro Micro will transport riders in vans and small vehicles in areas where it's difficult to run fixed bus routes. Meantime, the DMV is suspending behind-the-wheel driving tests. Starting tomorrow, they'll be halted for at least 2 weeks. The tests are required for first-time drivers and commercial license applicants. The DMV also says seniors who are 70 or older can renew their driver's license online or by mail.
The Port of Long Beach Bridge will get a makeover tomorrow thanks to some new lights. The bridge will debut 15 different color combinations, all of which will be featured throughout the year for different holidays and events. You can watch it all virtually starting at 5:40. The lights are expected to remain on every night for the foreseeable future.
Well, we continue to follow breaking news on the vaccine rollout across the country.
And toy shopping troubles. The warning: if you still have toys to buy for your loved ones this holiday season.
A live view from the Big Bear camera. You can see the conditions there. Snow on the ground. A good time to maybe head up and do some skiing. A nice day shaping up across Southern California. Welcome back. We continue to follow that breaking news. There you can see the live view from inside the Pfizer facility. Also a view outside as those vaccines are being loaded onto a FedEx plane. Today, millions of doses of the coronavirus vaccine will be on their way to facilities across the country, including here in Southern California. Advisors to the CDC have recommended that healthcare workers and long-term care facility residents be the first to get an injection. And a reminder to ship your holiday gifts as soon as possible if you want them to arrive on time. The U.S. Postal Service says it's being inundated with packages and is short on employees to process them because of the pandemic. You're urged to send any ground orders by Tuesday if you're using the mail, FedEx, or UPS. Major retailers are even warning shoppers to complete their purchases soon to avoid expedited shipping fees.
It's always a scramble to find the most popular things on your kids' wish list. But this year, expect to feel even more frazzled. Experts are warning of a toy shortage.
This holiday season is unlike any other holiday season we've ever seen.
Santa Claus under even more pressure this Christmas because it's 2020 and experts are warning of a toy shortage. Shopping experts say you can't find PlayStations or Xboxes anywhere right now.
There is a shortage and we are having a little bit of trouble getting the things that we want to get, but there's always something to find.
Frozen and Star Wars toys are flying off store shelves, and roller skates have made such a huge comeback, they too might be hard to find.
It's really in your best interest. If you see a deal or if you see the toy that is on the list, you better pick it up right away.
It's part of the reason Kips Toyland is seeing a big uptick in sales of the nostalgic toys, puzzles, board games, Legos, and even Rubik's Cubes in high demand. And ordering early is key too. The Port of Los Angeles is experiencing some delays.
Today, we have about 20 vessels in port, which is a little bit higher than normal, and 11 ships that are just outside waiting to enter.
Most holiday cargo ships into the port from Asia. This year, Americans are spending less money on travel, dining out, sporting events and shows, and spending more online. Port workers having to work overtime to empty cargo and get it out for delivery.
Coming off the holiday, we expected this, and all hands are on deck to make sure that we chip away very quickly at those vessels.
Lily Kipper, third-generation manager of the 75-year-old local toy store, hopes you spend a little less online and a little more in your neighborhood store.
And there's no blueprint for this pandemic. You just have to take it a day at a time, and as my grandpa always said, this too shall pass.
Rachel. And in my story, I did mention Rubik's Cubes, but little did we know we have a Rubik's Cube champion in our midst.
Yeah, and can you guess who it is? The one and only Alex Cheney. He's a Rubik's Cube champion. Look at him there.
I think I've seen you do it in the studio before, too, Alex.
Yeah, that's about right.
You can do it one-handed, can't you?
I could try to do it one hand and then click with the other hand.
With your eyes closed?
I could try it. I mean, I think I was maybe 5 or 6 years old in this picture here. So clearly I was born to do this, right? You know what I mean? I was already a ham at about 5 years old.
A brilliant mind.
That's negotiable.
You have no words for that.
Thank you.
Silence.
Thank you, John. Good Sunday morning, everybody. It's going to be a beautiful day today. It already is. Let's take a look outside. Here's a time lapse from the Malibu area with that beautiful sunrise out there. Some high clouds are the only thing interrupting a beautiful sunrise this morning. It's going to be a really nice day today. We're going to be slightly warmer than we were just yesterday. 58 degrees into the Malibu area right now. And Long Beach as well, matching high cloud coverage, but really nice and clear in the lower levels. 48 degrees right now. Some more temperatures to begin the day. We are below freezing atop Big Bear Mountain this morning at 19 degrees, 29 in Wrightwood, 32 degrees in Palmdale, 29 in Lancaster, 55 in Van Nuys, 46 degrees in Burbank, 47 in Pasadena. It is a chilly start to your day. We have a winter storm moving its way through the west coast. This supplying lots of rain and snow to lots of areas that aren't Southern California, unfortunately. But we are going to be getting the cooling effects and the wind effects from this system as it passes through. We might also get some very light moisture by tomorrow morning. Looking really nice and clear for Sunday, but by Monday morning, you do see some very light chances of some sprinkles by the coast, and that's really going to be about it. Even with our light sprinkles on Saturday, nowhere got over 1/2 of an inch, so this is really light in nature. Wind speeds are going to be more serious, so as we get through your Sunday, we have a little bit of some windy conditions this morning. We're going to take the afternoon off, and then as we head Sunday into Monday, you You can see those wind speeds picking up for the mountains, valleys, and the passes. Will get a little breezy outside. Wind advisory active until 10 a.m. this morning for some areas. Lots of rain moving its way through Northern California this morning. 45 in Fresno, 16 degrees in Mammoth and nationwide. 51 is looking pretty good because 15 in Bismarck, 16 in Billings. Got a system moving its way through the southeast as well, and a little bit of some showers on the east coast. Here are your highs for today. 67 in Riverside, 70 degrees for Irvine, 68 into Mission Viejo, 67 for Los Angeles, 68 in Covina, 70 degrees in Anaheim, mid to upper 60s along the coast this morning, 69 in Simi Valley, 70 degrees for Fillmore, and the mid 60s by the coast today. Should be a really comfortable day outside. 7-day forecast looks like this. 67 today becomes 68 by your Monday, and we're looking at the low 70s to the upper 60s for the rest of the week. The valleys and the Inland Empire now sunny and nice today, 68 degrees outside, 68 by your Monday. We get to the mid 70s outside by Wednesday, and then we will end the week in the low end 70s. The beaches now 66 today becomes 64 by your Monday, and then we'll be in the mid 60s for the rest of the week. And to the mountain communities now, 51 degrees today, warm comparatively to the rest of the week. We get to 43 degrees by tomorrow, and we're going to stay in the 40s for the rest of the week. Desert communities, 58 degrees today, 56 by your Monday, and then we are back into the 60s by Wednesday. It is going to be yet another very dry but cool week this week in Southern California. Rachel.
All right, Alex, thank you. McDonald's is spreading some holiday cheer with free items starting tomorrow.
And you might like McDonald's fries, but have you met Mr. Fries Man? We're introducing you to this local favorite. Welcome back. We continue to follow the shipment of vaccines around the country. You can see that FedEx plane on the tarmac being rolled out, getting ready to go. So those shipments are on the way. It's expected to fly out within the next few minutes, it looks like at this point. Well, it is breakfast time, and if you haven't eaten yet, how do French fries sound?
Yeah, not really a breakfast food, we know, but this morning we're introducing you to Mr. Fries Man. Inglewood community journalist Ashley Mackey shows us how he's been able to expand his business during this pandemic thanks to a devoted following.
This is Craig Batiste, otherwise known as Mr. Fries Man.
Started in my backyard, 2016?
With $400 and support from his family and the community, Craig started his small business of selling fries. He was eventually able to open his first location in Gardena.
Me and my wife did it on our own. No bank loans, no investors, just hard work and dedication and the support of everybody who come out and support us. And that's a blessing.
And the business continues to thrive even during these tough times.
I love this food here, and if you guys want some good food, come to Mr. Fries.
Not only was Mr. Fries Man able to stay afloat during the pandemic, they were also able to franchise, with this Inglewood location being the first franchise location.
It's great to see that, especially once they figure out, okay, there's a Mr. Fries Man in Inglewood. They always spread the news, pass out our flyers. The growing support is actually amazing.
And what does Craig attribute to his success?
Social media plays a lot of, basically it's the news nowadays.
With over 350,000 Instagram followers on his account at Mr. Fries Man, Craig says social media has played a big part in his success. He takes all the pictures and manages all the social media, and he says he loves doing it. But his biggest tip? Use hashtags.
It's a blessing to give people opportunities and to become their own boss and give people job opportunities too at the same time.
Some amazing combinations there.
Wow, was
it
that
looks really
shrimp?
good. Yeah, that looked great.
That looked so good.
And you can see why he's doing so well with those pictures on Instagram.
Yep.
Check out abc7.com/belocalish. There you'll find more stories on local small businesses, plus special offers. And you can submit your favorite businesses to be featured and show your support of local small businesses. Post photos on social media with the hashtag #BeLocalish.
McDonald's is ready to spread some holiday cheer. Starting tomorrow, McDonald's will be giving away free food items. The promotion will feature a different menu item each day. To get the deal, you have to make a $1 minimum purchase and place an order through the McDonald's app. On Christmas Eve, McDonald's is giving away free chocolate chip cookies in honor of Santa Claus. Without that $1 minimum purchase. So you don't need to spend $1 on Christmas Eve if you want those cookies. But
All I
until
know
then,
is
you
after
do.
those last two stories, I'm ready for food.
I know,
French fries will
right?
work just fine at this point.
So hungry.
I think we want to go one more time to Michigan and take a look at the vaccine being shipped out now on that FedEx plane. You can see it looks like it's ready to roll. Great news, everybody. The vaccine is on the way.
Providing a great sense of hope right now and relief to millions of Americans. All right.
This week is coming up next with more on the vaccine delivery.
Have a great
day.
Jinx.